All right, this is Nat Ryle with Inside Outlands podcast, and today we got a real quick one. We're going to go over the skill system, leaving off where we took off last time here in the game. We don't need this. No color for object out of range. Turn that thing off. There we go. All right, so Ultima Online on most servers, including Outlands, has a 700 skill cap. And so open our skill menu up, and you can see here our cap is right now at 300, and we can go all the way to 700. So you kind of pop these open, and it gave us 50s and a lot of these. And they'll raise really quick because our chances to get the early levels are really easy to achieve. So you'll skill up faster, and then as you get closer to 100, it'll slow down a lot because your chances of skill gain are really low. And one of the beautiful things about Ultima Online is the way you get a skill is you just do the thing you want to do. So if you want to get better at chopping trees, go chop trees. You want to get better at fighting, go fight. It's nice and simple and makes complete total sense. So, okay, open our bag up. And right now we have a fencing weapon on. I would recommend maces for Outlands, at least for a solo build. So you can just double click the mace. And then now to do our macing skill, we could run up to one of these trainers here and just bash them to show you. So I hit Control Shift, and you can see the gray. It's a gray NPC. These blue names are players. You don't want to attack those, so let's drag his bar. Get within one tile of him. So there's his tile. Here's our tile. Go into war mode. You can hit Tab or hit this here on your paper doll. And then just double click the bar. And we're attacking this NPC here. And these three NPCs in here you can attack without guards coming at you or messing with you. So you can see we're should be applying damage. You'll see the damage come above this guy's head whenever we land a hit. And if you left click your player and do show skill gain chances, you get this contextual menu. And now down here we'll start to see our chances of skill gain. Your skill anatomy has increased by 0.4. Every time we're hitting, we have a macing skill gain, a tactic skill gain chance, an anatomy skill gain chance, and an arms lore skill gain chance. So basically, every time you make the swing, we have 4 skills can go up. You'll start to see them right here. Mace fighting is going up. Anatomy is going up very fast. That was at 0. And the other ones are not. And you have these arrows down here. You can turn skills up and down. And really, there's no need to turn anything down until you hit 700. And kind of the best way to gain skills is to let these go up. Because a lot of them add a lot of damage. So even if your final build doesn't use anatomy or tactics, because there's so much damage as an early player, you'd want those while you can. And you'll just turn things down later once you have your final build figured out. So because Outlands tweaked a bunch of skills, some of the old UO skills that are typically trash are not so in Outlands. So a good one would be camping. That's a really nice damage buff here on the server. It's also extra added carry weight. You can have more items in your bag. It also can act as a way to teleport or teleport around the map without magery. You do it with camping by putting out campfires and using the Atlas. You have forensic eval, which is another good damage one. That's probably in wilderness. No, but tracking that's a good one in Outlands. Tracking will pop this up. So I hit this blue button here. I also can drag the skill out, and now we get a button. So now I can double click this, and it pops up the tracking window. This here will let you track players. It also you can find players, you can find NPCs, and when you turn it on, it gives you a big, nice, huge damage boost. So let's see. We'll move it over to. It's going to find gray, orange, and red players. So bad guys are people we might want to find, and then you can hit this button to search for them. And here's where we can change how you want to find them. So always get closest. We'll find the red player nearest to us. And then you click that, and it turns blue, and now it's active. So down here we should see a skill gain chance. There you go. Your skill gain chance in tracking 0.1% is now 15.9%. So tracking is going up. That's a really nice damage boost. You kind of want to load up on all these early damage boosts as soon as you can. So camping, tracking, forensic eval. For forensic eval, we'll need a skinning knife. We don't have any gold yet, so maybe one of the first things you do when you go do dungeon run, we'll get some gold, buy a skinning knife, and then you'll skin things around you. All right, let's go over how to make a custom group. So these are all the groups the game comes with: trade skills and wilderness, miscellaneous, combat. We're going to make a new group. Call this group build. Or we'll just say skills I have. Why not? We'll start dragging things down there. It's as simple as that. Nothing left in there. We've got anatomy, fencing, healing. You get the idea. You can kind of make your own group. You can make another group. Skills drop later. And obviously, since we're going to go with mace fighting, we could drop fencing later, right? So we'll keep it for now, and then it could be one of the first things to turn down when we hit that 700 skill cap. So here's strength and dex and intelligence. So they're all raising up. And your stat cap is 225. So you could have 100 strength, 100 dex, 25 int. That would be a 225 cap. Every character on Outlands wants to have 100 strength because that gives you 100 health. And then what makes you dexer is if you have 100 dex, and a mage character would have 100 intelligence. So since we're a warrior type of character, we'd want this to get to 100, this 100, and you'd probably stop int at 25. Let's show you camping. That's kind of a hard one to do. So let's log out here and make a lumberjacker. Call him Demo Lumber. It's actually kind of a good name for a lumberjacker. And right here, lumberjack. All right, so here's our lumberjacker, Demo Lumber. Right, usually these here, every new character gets them, or most of them do anyways. They raise your stats up, so you can just double click them. And our strength went up to 90 now. So we start with pretty high strength with this guy. Opened up my various bags in here, and it started us with an axe. So we put on that. Let's actually put a hatchet on. Double click your axe. This is the CAPTCHA to make sure you're not AFK. Double click your axe and then target yourself. So I double clicked and I hit my status bar. I could have clicked myself there. I could have made a target self hotkey with Razor. There's lots of ways to target yourself. All right, we've been out here chopping some trees and gotten some logs, some boards. I'll show you how to make a board real quick. You just take your axe, double click it, get your cursor up, and then click the log in your pack, and it converts it to boards. I have 30 boards, and then you start the game as a lumberjacker with saws. So double click a saw. That'll bring up the gump for crafting. If you go into bowcraft and fletchling, you want kindling. You can see here it makes kindling, requires 5 boards. Create item. And there you go. We have kindling. double click your kindling in your backpack. And a camping skill gain chance, but I think it failed. Every 10 seconds you can use it. And we should see it going up here. Put that down to skills I have. 0.6. There we go. Campfire is built. So right here is our buff bar. You can see we got a campfire visit. It lasts for 20 minutes. And tracking doesn't show up in the buff bar, but it's on because you can see the blue here. You can stash that somewhere. I usually turn it off and pop it up when I need it. And actually, you can see just standing by a campfire, I'm not doing anything in the game, and I'm getting these campfire skill gain chances. And camping is already 6.9 just standing next to this thing. So you could actually just hit this guy, put your campfire right next to you, before you even hit your first dungeon, and get some of these skills up. And the basic idea is to just stack all the damage buffs on your way to your dungeon. All right, that'll wrap us up here for today. I think next time we'll actually try to go into the dungeon and use our buffs and our bandage macros. Show you the grab hotkey, how to loot, things like that. Thanks, everyone.